Good morning. We continue with our 3-minute daily dose of Torah. Whereas yesterday we talked about 4 types of students. Here we have a variation on that comment, on that discussion. Chapter 18, sorry, Mishnah 18 of chapter 5. There are 4 types of people who sit before the master's teachers. Sifog, sponge, mashpech, funnel, mashmeret is a strainer, and a sifog, which is a benafa, a nafa, which is a sieve. Okay, sponge, unbelievable. A sponge that whatever it's sent its way, it just absorbs and it holds on to. We think that's a wonderful way to be, right? You think about your sponge. If you have a good sponge in your kitchen, you used it yesterday, you didn't squeeze it out, so you're going to come back today, and your sponge is probably going to still be quite wet, lots of moisture in it. Doesn't let it go. So that's, you would think, is a great position. We'll see in a moment why it's not necessarily. The second, a mashpech, it goes in one side and comes out the other side. That's not a good way to be, unfortunately, right? That was kasher lishmoa, or easy to hear and easy to lose. That's unfortunate, right? Mashmeret is a strainer, which a strainer though, right? Which let's say you pour wine through a strainer, and what's left in the strainer are the dregs. The wine goes through. Now, admittedly, what you want to do is you have a vessel at the bottom that collects all the wine, and you take it away. That still is a helpful process. But what we're describing here is the following. You're in a class, you're in a situation where lots of stuff is thrown at you, and part of your job is not only can you absorb it, that's the sponge, but do you have the capacity to separate and identify what the key elements and the core principles are, and what are the small details that you don't have to hold on to. Or you hear lots of stuff, and some of it you don't agree with. Some of it's actually poor teaching, some of it's good teaching. So what are you in the end? Are you a strainer, or are you a sieve? A sieve, the coarse flour passes through it, and the choice flour stays in it. That is the real gift. And that's, in education, they talk about the higher form of education, of capacity, of knowledge and ability, is not merely to spit back, but to have processed and repeated in your own words, to hone in on the key elements. And so when you take notes in a class, you remember those days. Do you write everything down? Okay, that's something. But at some point, you have to take all that down, and then you have to do some more processing there. But because the people who don't write every word down, but instead, listen to the class, and when you look at it afterwards, oh, you got all the essential points of the class, and then that's all you have to work with afterwards. That is where you know that you're really on top of what you're doing. You really understand the concepts, and can apply them in other ways. So it is with the fine sieve that we all try to be in life. Have a good day.